Yo, I'm back with some first impressions of The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for the Wii. Pretty much the big goodbye to the Wii. Um, I am a big Zelda fan. I got the collector's edition with the golden Wii remote. I played all the Zeldas, and very excited about this game. I mean, I just can't stress enough how much I love this series. This is the series that really got me into gaming when I was a kid, and I still look forward to it each one like a kid. Um, that's just all disclaimer for if you don't believe me, go look a couple videos back. I did a 30-minute like rant about how awesome this game was gonna be, and I'm about 6 hours in. Just completed the first temple and dicking around a bit before I head towards the second. And I feel like now I am not very far in this game, right? I've only beaten one dungeon. My opinion is totally subject to change, right? But so far, I feel like the reviews really oversold this game, totally overhyped it. Um, it's still good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. It's great. It's Zelda. You're going to enjoy it if you're a Zelda fan. Even if you're not, you might enjoy it. But I mean, there are a few problems. It's not perfect. It's in my IGN says it's the best Zelda game ever made. I get straight upset. Best Zelda game ever made. You're talking about a series that includes Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Link to the Past, uh, The Wind Waker, some really great games, and you just gonna straight up say this is the best. So far, for me, it's not the best. The reviews raved about the controls. The controls are pretty well done, but they're far from perfect. There's definitely some wonkiness to the controls. You, I don't know. It's just sometimes the motion plus gets a little off, and it needs to be kind of reset, which is not hard to do. You usually just hit the down button on the thing, but it's just not perfect. It's not totally perfect. Um, it's interesting. It leads to some interesting combat for sure, and some puzzles. The combat in this is, I think, pretty fun. If you're gonna have motion controlled Zelda, this is how the combat should work. It's pretty cool because you. This is the last thing this game should be called is a waggle fest because it is not a waggle fest. If you try to waggle, especially if you try to waggle your way through the first boss, you're gonna learn you cannot waggle. You have to pay attention to what the enemy is doing, and you have to attack appropriately. So that is pretty cool. Um, but yeah, the controls are not 100% perfect. They don't prove that the Wii was necessary. I don't think that you couldn't have made a great Zelda game without the motion controls. I mean, I think you could make a better Zelda game without the controls in this. So that's just my opinion on it so far. The motion controls are generally well done, but they're not perfect. One thing I noticed so far that I'm not like a huge fan of is the overworld. It's just like you're up in the sky in the clouds and flying around is fun, but it feels absolutely barren. There isn't much around, and it doesn't seem that big either. It seems like there's the center town where you're at up in the sky, and then there's an area to the right, an area up above, and an area to the left, or east, north, west. That's what it seems like to me. Like there's three main areas. There's almost nothing out there. Even like Wind Waker, like there were lots of tiny little islands all over the place with stuff to do on them, like little diversions. I found like one random island in the sky here, and there wasn't. It was just like a little bar or whatever or cafe where they sold pumpkin soup, and I bought some pumpkin soup. I don't even know what the hell it did, but that's all that there was there. There was Oh yeah, there's like a little chest there that I got for activating something earlier. There's like this chest waiting for you. But like if you just fly around looking for something, there's like nothing out there. And like you can only go down to the surface and the designated areas where the next temple is. And like yeah, there's like a little area before the actual temple where you gotta do stuff, but man, just totally underwhelming overworld so far. Um, the first temple, I thought it was really short and straightforward. There was some interesting stuff. Like I like the item you got into it. This like beetle that you could throw into the air and you could like control it as it's going along. It's like hit switches and shit for you. It just felt like a really short dungeon with like a couple rooms, and that was it. Now that is the first dungeon, right? So that's not unheard of. The dungeons could get way cooler as it goes on, but man, for a first dungeon, it wasn't much to it. I didn't like the first boss. The first boss was all based on the motion controls, basically trying to show you can't waggle this, and it's just a straight up sword fight with this guy, basically. And it's just not the, I said I like the combat and it's different, but it just felt not like a Zelda boss. And it's cool to try stuff that's different, but it was kind of frustrating fighting this guy, I thought. That's not a huge criticism, but the fuck am I looking at on the TV? Anyway, I have a feeling most of these criticisms are gonna fall away as it goes on. I mean, it's hard to just be like, based on one dungeon, like, oh, the dungeon design isn't that great. It's the first dungeon; it could be better. The first boss is kind of designed to show you that motion controls will play into the battles. Although it was just a little frustrating. Like I did beat him, and once I figured it out, it was all right. But then this is another one where like they're trying to show you that like you can't waggle and this and that, but it makes it harder when the motion plus isn't perfect. I'm sorry, it's close, it's good, it's decent, it's different, it's interesting, but it's not perfect. And then the other big thing, and this is something that honestly I feel like I have every right to be pissed about. I started playing the game at midnight last night. I did not reach the first dungeon until 4:30 in the morning, or 4:40 exactly. So you're talking maybe with a couple breaks for me going to grab a beer or something like that, go to the bathroom. It took 4 hours and 40 minutes to reach the first dungeon, and it's really annoying. One, for people that like say aren't into the series and are trying to give it a shot, it's like you're gonna ask them to sit through a lot of like intro stuff, 4.5 hours of it. A lot of them are just gonna stop. But for me, what pisses me off about it is I remember I really liked Twilight Princess. I know it's not everybody's favorite, but I thought it was really good. Like once it got going, it had really great temples and a lot of them. It was a big game. And I liked the temples and stuff in it. I didn't like the wolf shit, but other than that, like I liked it. But guess what? I played through Twilight Princess exactly one time. I've played through every other Zelda probably minimum 3 times, if not like way more than that. And the reason I didn't play through Twilight Princess again is because it takes 3 hours for the game to get started. This game takes 4.5 hours to get started. It's like so much tutorial at the beginning. They should have an option if you're going to do a second playthrough, skip to first dungeon. Seriously. They seriously should consider that, because like that really pisses me off that it took so long to get to the first dungeon in this. And then the first dungeon wasn't all that great. So now I have to go do some other bullshit probably to get into the second dungeon. That's kind of upsetting to me. But yeah, I mean, like I said, my views will probably change on it as it goes on, but that's not going to change. The amount of time it takes to get to the first dungeon, that pisses me off. But like so far, I just feel like the reviews are misleading, and I don't feel like journalists are like paid, to give certain scores or this is the greatest Zelda ever made or anything like that. I wouldn't accuse them of that, but it certainly makes you question where like their loyalty is when they write this shit, man. Like, really, this is the best Zelda ever made, or like the reviews that say like this proves that like motion controls are necessary and they're the future, and you're like, come on, dude, are you being serious with me? It makes me question their credibility, man. Like I said, I don't feel like they're paid to give certain reviews, but I feel like they're maybe definitely pressured to go one way or another sometimes, which I don't think is, that's I don't think that's good criticism. I don't even get call it journalism. I don't think it's good criticism if you're influenced to be like, you have to say that the motion controls are brilliant or this and that. Like they're not. They're okay. They're good. They're different for sure, and they definitely change up the combat and the puzzles, and it makes it a little fresh, a little different. Like you know, there's a little bit of difference to this, because of it. There's other things that are cool and different about it, like the stamina bar. I like that. I'm a fan of it. I think it's cool. Or the stamina meter, whatever you want to call it. Or the fact that you could like upgrade shit and stuff. But I don't know. That's just my first impressions. Maybe I'll give some more later. I'm just trying to say one, I feel a little misled by the reviews, and two, I am a little let down at the beginning of it. It's definitely I'm having fun for sure, and I'm gonna play a ton more of it tonight, and I'm gonna play it a lot over the next couple of weeks. I'm sure I'm gonna enjoy it a lot, as I enjoy every Zelda, but not every Zelda is my favorite. Not every Zelda is the best Zelda in the series. Um, I'm trying to think of one that I didn't think was great. I always generally enjoy them all, so I'm sure I'm gonna be like, yeah, this was awesome. But I mean, that's just my observation on the reviews and the beginning of the game. Come on, dude, you gotta get the game started faster than this. Think of how quickly Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, those games. Majora's Mask even like has like an hour of shit going on maybe, but like you're in a dungeon pretty quickly. In most of them, you're in a dungeon pretty quickly until they started this shit with Twilight Princess. It's like, you can make the game more epic and longer, but don't make the beginning so goddamn long, Nintendo. What the fuck are you doing? It's like saying, oh, this movie's really good after an hour. Or like, this book's really good after you get to like page 350. Like, what the fuck, dude? Put something up front. Anyways, I don't know. That's my first impressions. So let me know how you guys are all enjoying it later.